Okay, earthquakes. What do we know about those?
We have them in the Caribbean.
We had some real big earthquakes long ago.
All right, well, tell me about one of those big ones.
Well, in Jamaica there were some really mean pirates because they used to raid the treasure ships that passed by the English with all the gold. And then one day, an earthquake hit Port Royal, and all the ships and most of the pirates went down under the sea with the land.
And this guy that lived in Port Royal, the earth swallowed him up and spat him back out again.
Yeah, well, that earthquake was one of the stronger ones that we've had in the Caribbean. But since then, we've had other strong earthquakes in places like St. Kitts, Nevis, Antigua, Barbuda, and Trinidad and Tobago. The thing to remember is that earthquakes happen very suddenly, so you have to be prepared when they strike. Now, do any of you know what causes the earth to shake?
No, not really.
Remember when we spoke about volcanoes and I told you that the Earth's surface has plates that move around like a big jigsaw puzzle? Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's those plates that cause the Earth to shake. And sometimes you feel a very small movement, so it's a very small tremor, or sometimes there's a greater shifting and bumping of the plates, which cause massive earthquakes.
So, what can we do to be safe during an earthquake?
Well, what is the most common injury that people experience during an earthquake?
Well, pieces of roofs or walls can fall and hit people.
Light poles or trees can fall on people during an earthquake.
That's right. So it means then that the thing we have to protect ourselves most from during an earthquake is heavy falling objects, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, how about giving it a try now? Let's do a drill, all right?
Okay.
All right, ready? Earthquake! Okay, you see where Ramon and Rochelle are? Ramon, why are you under the desk?
This is the strongest piece of furniture in the room that I can get under if like anything falls, because it's strong.
Okay, and Steve, why are you standing at the doorway?
Because the door frame gives me a little protection.
Where's Alex?
Oh, here!
All right, Alex, come on up. Now, do you think under the desk was a safe place to be during the earthquake if it happened at school?
Yes, it is. If you can't fit under your desk, then get to the nearest strong table.
What about the doorway?
Well, if you have nowhere else, you can stand in a doorway.
What about running outside like Alex did?
I don't think it was a good idea. While he was running, the loose parts of the building could have fallen on him.
Do you agree? Well, Steve is right. Running outside during an earthquake is one of the most dangerous things that you can do. If you're inside and an earthquake strikes, remember, all you have to do is find a safe place and move quickly to that spot. If you're outside, move away from buildings, light posts, trees, anything that can fall and injure you. Go out into the open and stay there. Always remember, running outside of a building during an earthquake is the most dangerous thing that you can do. Now, tell you what, let's take a look at this class doing their earthquake drill and you tell us what you think. Now, what did you think about that drill?
Well, they went under the table, so if anything fell during the earthquake, they'd be protected.
They went outside in an orderly fashion and they didn't panic or make any sounds at all.
All right, now what I want you to do is look at this second drill and tell me what was the difference between this one and the first one. Okay, what did you think about that drill?
Well, I didn't think they did it too well. They were running and pushing and shoving and panicking and all that. Somebody almost fell over the rail. Not only that, but they didn't go under the desk. They were running outside as the earthquake happened. So.
They just ran out of the building when they should have just moved in an orderly fashion. Let's look at this again. A crowd of children running towards the stairs, trying to rush out of the building. This is how children and adults have been seriously injured or even killed when there is panic. They are also rushing outside, where parts of buildings or poles may be falling. Wrong. This is correct. As soon as a teacher said the stairs were safe, this class left the building quickly but orderly and joined the others in an open area. There's a thing to remember though, and maybe you can tell me, what is it about buildings that helps to keep it up during an earthquake?
I know. Because my dad's a builder, he told me that the metal frame, it holds the blocks and the roof in position to make the building stronger.
Well, if you're at home and an earthquake strikes, there are some things that you should know. Let's take a look. All right, guys, here we are. We're at a house. Now, this is what I want you to do. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna look around for the pieces of furniture that you think would be safe enough to shelter under during an earthquake. And we'll also look for some of the pieces of furniture that would be dangerous if we tried to shelter under them during an earthquake, all right?
All right,
So
okay.
let's start with this room first.
Okay. Under here would be good.
Yeah, this looks pretty sturdy. Anything else in this room?
Under this table would be good too.
Yeah, I think this isn't bad. Actually, both of these tables would give good shelter in an earthquake. They're pretty sturdy. Of course, your tables at home might be a little different. You know, they may not look exactly the same, but so long as you get under any solid piece of furniture in your house, you should be okay. All right, guys, tell you what, we're gonna go into another room and see if we can find anything else that will help or give us shelter during an earthquake, all right?
Okay.
Let's try in here.
Okay.
All right, take a look around in this room now. Anything here safe or dangerous in an earthquake? What about this table? Would you guys go under this in an earthquake?
No.
Why
No,
not?
I mean, it could break and cut you if you're underneath it.
And all these stuff can shatter and
That's right.
fall.
You're quite right. On both counts, the glass on the top of the table can be broken, especially since you have a fan that's directly above it. Because if you go under the table, in an earthquake, the fan can be dislodged, you know, just fall from the roof right on top of the table, and that would break. The loose objects that you see on top of the table, most of them are glass. So of course, they would also fall and get broken. It's very important that you stay away from glass or anything that can be easily broken in an earthquake, because obviously it would fall, shatter, and you can injure yourself, get cut, and of course you wouldn't want that to happen. Now, is there anything else in this room you think that would be dangerous in an earthquake?
That vase.
That vase, yes, that would definitely fall. And of course the table that is on. And if you look over there, that table, you know that in an earthquake, just about every single thing on that table would fall off and be broken. All right? So let's look around some more and see if there's anything else that we can find. All right?
Okay.
How about let's go in that room?
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Hey Sean, look over there. This cabinet might fall on you.
Well, that's right. This cabinet would definitely fall on you. As you can see, it's freestanding. You see how it's moving? That means it's not bolted to the wall. Now, in an earthquake, the entire unit would come crashing down. And of course, all the loose items that you see here on the shelf would also come sliding down onto the ground.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, what about this cabinet?
Yes, that cabinet, just like this one, is freestanding. And in an earthquake, that can also come crashing down on the floor. And of course, all the items that are on top of it will also, just like these loose items, fall onto the floor. But what can we do about this type of furniture in our house?
Well, we should bolt it to the wall.
That's right. It's very important that freestanding pieces of furniture like this or that cabinet be bolted to the wall. It will keep it secure, and in the event of an earthquake, with all the shaking that's going around, it will prevent it from falling onto the ground and causing a mini disaster. Now, we've learned what to do to prepare for a volcanic eruption and what to do during and after an earthquake.